Hey everybody, thanks a lot for joining me for another Beatles Finds video. It's been a few weeks and I want to show you what I've gotten since then. And I want to start by something that's been long overdue. On March the 17th, a guy named Bob, who is an avid viewer of my channel, he wound up going to my record store. He says he took a visitation down to the store. He was hoping to see me, but unfortunately missed me that day. And I did show up that day, Bob, but unfortunately it was later in the day, long after you had been gone. But Bob actually wrote a letter for me and left it with the store. And it's very nice. He actually got me a gift certificate, which he didn't have to do. You know, we have to say all the formality. Oh, you didn't have to do that, you know. Yes, you did. No. You know, but really, you're glad to have it, you know. That means a lot to me. Very generous, Bob. It was a $50 gift certificate. That's a lot. And he just said he was hoping he would catch me, and please accept this gift certificate. Please get something to show us on your channel. And let's see. Thanks so much for doing your channel. I enjoyed it very much. Your passion for the Beatles and music is infectious. You and all the guys at the record store crack me up. So thanks for the content, he says. And I really, really appreciate that. Thank you, Bob. He also, in addition to giving me a gift certificate, as if that wasn't enough, he sent me a copy of this book, original from '65, the Help paperback. And he was hoping that I didn't have it, but actually I do have it, Bob, but this is a slightly upgraded condition. So this is a better copy than the one I have. And I'm always grateful to have numerous copies anyway, because then I can trade people or just send gifts to people. So thank you very much. Now, Bob wanted me to show what I had gotten with the gift certificate, and I'm a little apprehensive because I'm thinking that maybe it wasn't quite what he would be hoping that I would get. He probably was looking for some grandiose Beatles record or something, but what I actually bought were three things. I'm going to start with these two. They're called Tune Totes from the late 1950s, I believe. And these came in a variety of colors, and this came into my store one day, both of these in a collection. They were filthy as anything. I had to really polish them up. They're still not 100%, but I got all the dirt out of the nooks and the crannies and what have you. And what these were little albums that, of course, hold your 45s. But that's not all. What's really nice about these are they got a couple of handles, plastic handles that are concealed inside there. And you pull them out. And you'd go over to your friend's house and you'd carry over your 45s. Then you get together, share the record player, and dance and have a good time long before everybody was listening to their smartphones and music that way. So I'm really happy to get these. I'm not going to put 45s in them. I'm just going to keep them the way they are as 60s or early 50s. Late 50s, early 60s relics. I haven't done a lot of information searching on these yet. So I like them. In addition to these, I also used the remainder of Bob's $50 to get this. Keely Smith. Keely Smith sings the John Lennon, Paul McCartney songbook. And I'm always getting any kind of Beatle-related stuff here. And she does a lot of the early songs here. But what I like is she also does World Without Love, the Peter and Gordon song that was written by Lennon and McCartney, and This Girl, which is a take on This Boy, and of course also And I Love Him instead of And I Love Her. So that's what we got. So that's what I got with your gift certificate, and I thank you, my friend. Okay, furthermore, moving along here. I got a whole bunch of different things here. I've got another book. I've got artwork. I've got a 45. I've got 12-inch vinyl. I've got an autograph. I got CDs. I got everything. So let's start with this. When I made my recent Beatle Fest documentary, if you will, documenting the event video, I forgot to show this, unfortunately, which was an autograph that I got from Neil Innes of the Rutles. He played Ron Nasty. That's him, the John Lennon character there. And he signed this. And I'd seen Neil Innes at many Beatle Fests, but for some reason never got around to getting his autograph. This time I figured enough is enough of that. I'm going to get it. And I did. Okay, now, next up, let's do the artwork. My girlfriend and I just celebrated our 7-year anniversary together, and unbeknownst to me, while we were at the Beatles Fest early this March, she went ahead and picked up a little trinket. Nothing, by her own admission, nothing special, nothing expensive. These are cheap. And we did some research on these, and neither of us was thinking these were really original or anything. They may be, I don't know. But I don't think so. I think these are reproductions, and that's fine. And she knew it. She didn't spend a lot. She just wanted to have something to surprise me with, and she certainly did. They're 4 individual caricatures of the Beatles, and they're signed by the artist, Gordon Curry. Gordon Curry, you might notice, has done a lot of Beatles artwork, a lot of colored sketches and photos and what have you. The back of these do say copyright 1964, printed in the USA. I don't believe it's authentic, but I think these are facsimiles. Oops. I've seen these online in color. These are black and white. Let's go through them all very quickly. We have John. Then we have Paul, which personally I think is a poor caricature. That's the worst caricature here. No offense to Gordon Curry. George and Ringo look pretty nice. There's George. And last but not least in my book, Ringo. Yeah, there he is. And very nice of my girlfriend to think of me and to pick this up and hold it for a few weeks till our anniversary at the end of the month. Okay, so those are those. Okay, now, before I get to the vinyl, I'm going to show, let's show a book first. This is a book that I've got an upgrade of. I have a copy of this book, one of the first books I ever had. Most Beatle fans who go back to the 1970s have a copy of this. It's all together now. The complete Beatles discography from 1961 to 1975 by Harry Castleman and Walter Podrazik. You can still see Wally. I saw him and I said thank you for this book at the Beatles Fest. And everybody who has this book or grew up with this book says the same thing. Even in this modern day of technology and instant access and internet and all that, still we reach for the shelf to take this off because it's a very handy way of having everything the Beatles were involved with, all the recordings, all the records from that period, 61 to 75. There were a couple of books that came after this covering the latest 70s, by the way, but this is really an indispensable addition to any Beatles collection, and I have a spare copy now, so who knows, somewhere along the line, one of you out there may get a gift, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, now, when I was at, hold on a minute, I was at a record show this month. I picked up a number of items there. Well, first I'm going to show this. It's a CD, bootleg. This is actually a CD that's burned in the guy's house, I guess. A guy there, he's always there. He has $4 CDs. And everybody thinks they're doing a great job when they put like a paper label on this. This is home burned. You can tell by the greenish color of the back here. $4, you take a chance. And everybody thinks they're doing a great job when they put a label on here, but when you put glue or a label or writing or anything on it yourself, you run the risk of ruining the content sound, and that's what happened with this. What happens with, I played this in my car, and once the car heats up, and once the CD player gets too hot, this skips and freezes altogether and won't play. So I can't really play this in the car. Well, I haven't tried it at home yet. But anyway, the reason I got it, first, the cover is from a French LP, the Hard Day's Night LP from France. I'm going to try to pronounce this, Four Garçons dans la Vente. And there's the back cover. And, I don't waste my time too much on, $4 CD burned at home bootlegs. But the reason I got it was because the back, first it had the album. I used to have the vinyl LP of this in my original Beatles collection. I no longer have it. I'll get it again. The cover, just for the cover alone, a picture from the Hard Day's Night movie. It's a beautiful cover. And I wanted it because it has the album on it itself, which is a nice quality stereo mix, this particular version of this album. But also it had outtakes and studio sessions on it. And I looked at it and I saw we had, you know, A Hard Day's Night, various takes, and we had I'll Be Back, and we have Can't Buy Me Love, and I Love Her. But I also noticed they had I Should Have Known Better. They had Tell Me Why over here. And I said, tell me why, and I should have known better. I don't remember there being outtakes of that around. And, you know, you can't do that. And I figured all this stuff is going to be from the Anthology project. And sure enough, that's what it is. You know, this is taken straight from Anthology, not just the disc of Anthology, but the documentary of Anthology. In the documentary, they have a few moments where they play snippets of the Beatles doing very short version, you know, a few goofing around in the studio doing Tell Me Why, and I Should Have Known Better, and that's what's on here. Just like I figured, I took the chance for $4, and it's what I thought it was going to be. Also at the show, I bought this, which is an interesting box set that I hadn't seen before. It says a 3-pack 3D CD set. It's called Instant Karma, John Lennon, All-Time Greatest Hits. And it's still sealed. I don't really think I'm going to open it, and I can tell right now one of the discs is kind of rattling around in here. And I think what this is, it just has stuff you would know on regular CDs. It says, first you got the hits, which have the usual big hits by John. Then the second disc has rock and roll, classic rock and roll, which is the rock and roll album that he did. And then the Classics Live, which is basically John Lennon Live in New York City, that particular album. So it's nice to have this. I've never seen it. I'll put it with my collection, but I don't think I'm going to open it. Not anytime soon, anyway. Okay, so that's that. Picked up in my record store one of these 45s from the British Import series. There's a lot of these 45s where they're basically taking the Hamburg, Germany Live at the Star Club album and putting out singles. This one is I Saw Her Standing There, and why am I not recognizing Can't Help It, Blue Angel? But anyway, I like the cover. I don't have this one. I've got like tons of these, at least a dozen of these. And this one I hadn't had yet, so I got this. And you can see that's the label it's on. So that was a nice addition. Now, while I was at the record show this month, I picked up this, something I really wanted. I'd seen a lot of people showing this on their channel. Among them, we had Fit to Be Tie-Dyed. And also, in addition to Fit to Be Tie-Dyed, I saw it on Rossi 1973. It's the Russian album for Hey Jude. It's worth it just for the cover alone. That's a beautiful shot. And these Russian albums, I'm told, are really of good sound quality. I haven't gotten around to playing them yet, but the labels are always different too. This is a red variation, you know. So that was interesting to have. And next up is going to be another upgrade of something that I already have. This is an upgrade. This is an instrumental album, the Holly Ridge Strings Play Magical Mystery Tour. Well, not just Magical Mystery Tour, this is the Beatles Songbook Volume 5. And there's a lot of 1967 stuff there, a lot of good psychedelic stuff. I really like this album. The cover is in really nice shape. I think I already have the cover in nice shape, but I bought it mainly because it's on, you know, the original Capitol release. I don't know if the camera does it justice, but this is really a brand new, looks like it's unplayed copy almost. So that was a good upgrade. Thanks everybody. Have a great day.